So this is pretty budget, but in reality, this is a good power supply for back then. You remember when power supplies were like 200, 250 watts, and you would step up to something like this to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas because you needed to have more power and your video card needed to be updated. That was a difficult game to play back in the day. It was almost easier to just get the PlayStation 3. This one here, for some reason, has a small size fan back here. I don't know if I would bother changing it. But what is kind of cool is this has just about every conceivable type of monitor output. You have a VGA, a DVI, and a HDMI. The only thing you're missing is a display port, which I could personally live without. The DVI is a very capable output, but it doesn't carry audio. At least not that I'm aware of it being able to. And the VGA is just a real workhorse for any kind of old Dell monitors. We're not going to be doing any kind of ray tracing or any weird crap like that. So we have a sound card out with an optical out. We still have the mouse. We have 2 USB ports next to it where I tend to prefer to hook up my keyboard and mouse. So in reality, this thing has got only 4 ports, and I guess they're USB 3.0. Or maybe they're not, but they're blue. And we have our Ethernet, and there's never been anything knocked out of the case. It's very budget. It's got some dust bunnies in here. I've already cleaned this out at one point in time, but we've got what I would consider to be good RAM in here. Corsair Vengeance. It's a 2x4 kit. So you get 8 1600, and I mean that's good stuff for this kind of computer. 8 was plenty back then. I think you can, I don't know if you can go to 16 or can you go to 32, but I'm sure you can go to 16. The H97 is like the budget version of the Z97 motherboard, so this should be the 1150 socket or something like that. I just can't see any markings here that are visible, but I would believe it would be the 1150. It's the AS Rock board, so you could put the i7-4790 in here. I've got like at least 3 computers for every socket from like 2012 on out. But my favorite is the LGA A1151s. Those run 6th generation, 7th generation stuff. Some of the early ones will run DDR3, so you can put a newer processor but still retain DDR3. It's kind of cool. My streaming machine that I was using for a while, for a long time actually, has 32 gigabytes of DDR3 and a i7-6700K, which is one of my favorite processors. It's not like amazing, but it's really solid, and it doesn't hog a ton of power like some of these other ones do. So I'm gonna put a hard drive in here, and I'm gonna set up some emulators for gaming, and probably maybe the Cemu Wii emulator, and put the games possibly on a portable 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte USB drive, and just for something to do. I don't really want to tear this apart and throw it out. It has a ton of potential for an extra computer for one of the kids or something like that. It's a great platform for them playing video games. You know, because they're into, you know, games that I can emulate. Yeah, I guess we'll just do it like that. I didn't really like how it was, like these would block the RAM with a full-size hard drive, and even if we did put a DVD drive in here, we wouldn't put two in here. So I just went in and stuck it over there. Tucked all the power supply wires up there. So there we go. We'll probably go ahead and leave this in here for good measure. No, maybe not. It's the wrong angle. This was like one of the cheap cases that you could have got probably at like Fry's Electronics. And I mean, it isn't even as cheap as some of the crap that they have on Amazon now. Kind of have a nice view in through here, which is nice. But yeah, this is pretty basic. There's no brand name on it. I need to get this off of here. Oh yeah, I remember why I didn't take it off. Because the glue's staying behind. What I need to do is probably get a heat gun or a hairdryer and peel it off there, otherwise I use the gunk will be gone. And this is what this one was. No hard drive, works, 8GB RAM, i5-4460, $24. And this comes from a thrift store that doesn't take returns. So when it says that, you know, you just hope it's all in there. And they'll put a zip tie on the case usually, because they had problems with people opening them up and taking parts out. I don't know what's on that disc, but I'm going to grab my my installation USB. They made the reset button so small that I couldn't actually really push it. I'm just curious what it will boot back into. If it'll maybe do something. Yeah, we have to install something else. Alright, we got to get in here and make some changes. Let's see what we have here. We have HM97 Pro 4 2.0 Intel Core i5-4460, processor speed 3200. Let's see. What else do we got here? Got the overclocker tweaker. I don't mess with any of that ever. CPU, USB, tool. This is a really nice UEFI compared to some other functions on other ones. Easy RAID installer, hardware monitor, CPU temperature. I'd like to monitor this in Fahrenheit, but I don't know how to change it. We hit the boot menu. I'm gonna probably try to go with this one. Move it up maybe. I can't remember how. Oh. Alright. When we go here and select this one,